What's up, guys? Coach Vassar, thank you as always for joining me with OTF Audio Daily Beats as I break down these workouts. Any feedback, let me know. If you're new to these, appreciate you tuning in and listening to me talk about the workouts. As always, if you find value in them, let me know. Information is in the description to support me. Anyways, we're breaking down Wednesday, March 5th. This will also repeat on Sunday, March 23rd. This is going to be a endurance on the treads, power on the rower, endurance on the weight floor, but there is a small blend of power on the treads as well. As always, we'll talk about key concepts, 2G, 3G, and then going on out of here. So we're gonna see 4 blocks alternating between a 6-minute tread for distance and 30-second all-outs with walk recoveries. On the rower, we finish with 1 3.5-minute block, all about power, with 4 30-second all-out rows and only 30 seconds of rest in between. On the floor, we have 3 blocks to build muscular endurance, 12 reps in block 1 and 2 with timed exercises in between, okay? Really, it's between blocks 1 and 3, timed exercise in between. Anyways, typos, it is what it is. So looking at the treads, 4 blocks, this is the one where odds match up, evens match up. So block 1, block 3, exact same thing. Blocks 2, blocks 4, exact same thing. Now, block 1, very simple. Clear out the screen at the start, 6-minute tread for distance. Block 3, clear out the screen at the start, 6-minute tread for distance. Can they match or beat what they did in block 1? This is one where there's so many different ways to coach it. I know we've talked about this quite a bit, but still, like, could they hold one pace, hit and hold? Will they start conservative and build their way up? Will they alternate between a aggressive push and use base as they need to catch their breath? Have at it, right? Power walkers, they choose an incline they want to use at, adjust walk speeds to add or decrease challenge. Joggers and runners, if they're not sure, at the very least, hold their base for 6 minutes. Because no matter what, it's still going to get that heart rate to go up. Bikes and striders, maybe use a very conservative push gear, maybe 2 up to 3 gears over base, and maintain that as long as possible, and then go back down to base, okay? Being able to beat their distance in block 3 will be tough because after the first block, we now have a bonus block, which is power focused, 4 rounds, 30 all out, 30 walk recovery, and the goal is to maintain the all out intensity. Now, it's the intensity, not the effort. So whatever they do in terms of speed, incline, combination of both, can we repeat that 4 times? Heart rate response in terms of effort might be different every round because it is only a 30-second walk recovery in between. And also, you know, if this is on Wednesday, March 5th, the following day is the chipper, and if people know that ahead of time and they want to come in and have, you know, a really tough, good workout, they might be a little more conservative on Wednesday, just so that way they could have a good time with the chipper on Thursday. Even though that's not one tracked, some people do track it in their own ways, whether it's like how far they get in the distance, you know, how many did they get to the bonus on the weight floor, so on and so forth, okay? 4 rounds, 30 all out, 30 walk recovery, 90 seconds after the last all out, block 3, 6-minute tread for distance, and then block 4, repeat of block 2, maintain the all-outs. Now, of course, it's a new block, so that first all-out in block 4 kind of sets the tone for the remainder, and maintain that. So it could be something completely different than what they did in the second block, and that's fine. All right, looking at the weight floor. So we're gonna see 3 blocks. Blocks 1 and 3 are gonna be rep-based. Block 2 is timed up with the treads with some time-based efforts, and it's all on the straps. The 4th block, is going to be a row block done over at the rower, and that's also timed up the treads. So looking at block 1, we're going to see dumbbell front squats for 12 reps, followed by a dumbbell bicycle press, 12 total reps. Rinse and repeat, 6 minutes. They should easily get through at least 2, if not 3 sets or more. Moderate or even lightweight, since it's a higher rep count. Obviously, the lighter they go, the quicker they should move through everything and be good. Now, block 2, strap, reverse lunge to single leg jump. They're only going to do one side for 30 seconds, okay? It says right for the first one, but in all honesty, just have people remember which side they did first, and then on the next time, make sure they do the other side, okay? Because they will hit both sides twice. After each set of the reverse lunge to jump, they'll have strap high rows, And that's essentially like active recovery, so it's gonna be targeting the back of the shoulders. With that reverse lunge to single leg hop, the strap is there mostly for stability. So we really don't want people to be using the strap to like lower down into it. It's more for that balance. So minimal upper body work. So it's more about maximizing the power from the lower body. And then when they go to the strap high row, no movement through the lower body, and it's all upper body, so the legs get a little bit of a break, okay? 4 rounds, of course, the last round is just the lunge to the jump, no high row. Then we move to block 3. Now we're gonna see forward lunges with dumbbells into a bicep curl into a lateral raise, and they'll have 12 reps there. Very tough movement to decide on a weight choice. So you might have people want to split up and do 12 bicep curls by itself and 12 lateral raises by itself. Because I know I personally could lift way heavier on the bicep curl compared to the lateral raise, because that medial deltoid is very small. If they want to keep it true in the sense of muscular endurance, using a lighter weight to target that lateral raise, bicep curl will be almost like an active recovery movement before they hit that raise, right? Still 6 minutes here, 2 3+ rounds, and then they'll head to the rower. This is a rack and rest, and the goal is to maintain the all-out intensity. For this one, I personally would have them do 30-second stored program, okay? So set up the stored programs, they take off with the treads. As soon as they finish, they rack their handle, glance at their distance really quick, and then hit stored programs, and just leave it on that screen. When you start to count them down, when you say 3, that's when you should have them press use, and then by the time you say 2 1, the OT Connect screen has reset, and they take off. They'll start counting down on them, okay? Obviously, if they finish the row and then they go to stored programs and use, the water's still moving, it'll start counting down right away. So do the first row all together, make sure they see the distance, rack their handle, see how far they got, hit stored programs, leave it on that screen. 3, hit use, 2 1, start rowing, and it'll be good to go. They have 4 rounds. Maintaining the intensity at this point will be pretty tough, especially if it's the second group finishing on the rowers. So if they could finish at least like 10 meters within what they did previously, that is a win. For the first group, matching their distance or at least staying like within 5 meters would be a win as well if they truly went all out to begin with too. Cool. Looking at the 3G. So we're gonna see 2 blocks on both sides of the room, all 3 sides of the room, excuse me. On the treads, 9.5 minutes for block 1, 90-second recovery, and then block 2 is the bonus block from the 2G. Rowers are gonna be set up the same way. You got a 9.5 minute block, and then they're gonna do the rack and rest like in the 2G, and then the weight floor, they have a circuit for the first block, and then they're gonna see the strap sequence for block 2. So a lot of carryover if you happen to coach both versions of the class today. On the tread side, very different. We're gonna see a 4-minute tread for distance, and you want them to clear out their screen. At the 4-minute mark, they will take it to a walk recovery and then get back to base when they're ready. At 5 minutes and 15 seconds, they'll clear out the screen, and now they have a 2-minute tread for distance with the goal of trying to match or get more than half of their distance from the previous round, okay? When I say match, I mean match half the distance or get more than half, all right? Obviously, they're not gonna match their distance because it's half the time, but you know what I mean. So 4 minutes, 2 minutes, and then a 1-minute tread for distance, okay? That could be an all out. That could just be an aggressive push, or it could be just a maintain of the previous round speed because they'll still get them half the distance of what they did previously. Still 75 seconds between round 1 and 2, 75 between rounds 2 and 3. After round 3, they have 90 seconds before you move into the power bonus block. Now for the rowers, we're gonna see 400 meters, 1 time, and then scissor jacks and twist hops. Now the scissor jack, that's the one where they're gonna have one hand up, the opposite foot is up in front, they jump and they switch. Someone's gonna mess it up anyways, and that's fine. And then the twist hops. They'll do 12 of those, then they'll do the exact same thing with 200 meters, the same bodyweight movements, 100 meters, same movements, 50 meters, same movements. And then their bonus is a 50-meter all-out row, rack and rest until they go into the bonus block, okay? And then on the weight floor, we're gonna combine the 2 circuits from blocks 1 and 3, but we're gonna eliminate one movement. So we're gonna see the bicycle press, alternating forward lunges, and the bicep curl to lateral raise. So for this one, they drop the front squat. They'll have those 3 movements for 9.5 minutes, easily able to do at least 3 rounds in that time frame, if not more, light to moderate weight. On the first 2 movements, because it's 12 reps total, they might go more on that moderate or more weight for that. But for the bicep curl to lateral raise, that's one where they'll probably go light. And then they'll have the same reverse lunge to single leg jump for 30 seconds and the high row for 30 seconds back and forth for their second block. Whew. It's gonna be a lot of talking in the 3G, so I apologize in advance. Do your vocal cord warm-ups, drink lots of water, stay hydrated. Pop those, wrinkle those as much as you want. Anyways, that's all I got. Thank you guys, as always, tuning in, listening to me talk about these, and coach it down.